Hello and welcome back to Ironman's Whimsy. It is dreary weather here in Edmonton, Alberta. We're on winter 3.0 at this point, I think. So I thought I'd do a nice, bright, fun card. It was inspired by a picture of a card using the Celebrate Sunflower set that I saw that Crazy Cat Kylie had done. So thank you, Crazy Cat Kylie, for the inspiration. And on this one, I didn't emboss the background, and it's okay. It's absolutely fine. But for the one I'm going to build in the video here today, I thought I would try doing the Brick Mortar embossing folder, and then we can decide at the end which one we like best. So I've already stamped the Let's Celebrate You in the polished pink, and I ran it through the folder. After I had die cut it with one, or it's the largest of the scalloped contour dies. I used the small flower and the small leaves, and I stamped the small flowers in polished pink, cut them out with the die, and then I trimmed the leaves off to make them round. Then I used Granny Apple Green to do the small leaves. And then I just basically cut everything out. So there is a bit of prep work in this. It's like the magic of television here. It took me about 15, maybe 20 minutes to do all of that. I've got a Granny Apple Green card base, a tent-fold landscape card, and I'm just going to put it together now. I'm going to flat mount this down. There we go. And this is slightly smaller than 5 1/4 by 4, but the same principles apply. Just line it up as best you can and drop it down so it's centered. And now I have to basically put the flowers on. I played with a whole bunch of different ways to do this, but I left 2 of them as flat mount. And then I did 3 of them as dimensionalized. And I basically just placed them all down just to see how it would look. This one needs to come in just a little bit from where it is, but I'm going to put some adhesive on it and then pop it onto the card like that. It's actually sticking over the edge just a bit. I'm just going to pop it in a little bit more. There we go. And I know this one is going to be flat mounted as well. And you can play with this and decide how you want it to look. But I'm going to pop that one right there. And then the rest are dimensionalized. And I just put one dimensional on the back. Not overly concerned about really adhering them down. One dimensional will do it, and it will also give you a little bit of wiggle room for putting the leaves in. So then this one is dimensionalized as well, and so is this one. And just like that over top. And then what I did with the leaves is I didn't dimensionalize any of the leaves, but I did tuck them around. So I've got a pair of leaves here, and I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive on each end and then tucking them in. And I really like how the Granny Apple Green leaves really pulled this card together. Without it, the card is really kind of just one-dimensional. So I'm going to tuck that one in like that, and this one like this. And I'm tucking them under one dimensionalized flower and layering them over another dimensionalized flower. And that kind of gives the leaves a little bit of lift and wiggle as well. So I'm going to tuck a couple of leaves in the corner here. I did 5 flowers and 5 sets of leaves, so I have 10 individual leaves. Most of them are going to go in pairs. Some will go in singly. This one's going to go in on its own, just like that. And then I'm going to tuck one in up here on its own. I'm going to tuck it under everything. So just so it hits the edge of the card there. And then I'm going to tuck 2 in at the top. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of bling. I took some of the, what are they? The adhesive backed Milky Dots, and I colored them because you know what I'm like in coloring. So there was the clear ones. None of the colors of bling that I had were quite right. So I actually took my dark polished pink blends and just colored them up. And I didn't know if we needed the bling with the detailed background, but I actually still quite like the idea of the bling. It's a little bit urban glitz, a little of the brick and mortar and still some little bit of glamour. So there are our 2 cards, one without the embossed background and one with the embossed background. And you already know I'm going to say I really like the embossed background the best, but it depends what appeals to you. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one you like best in the comments, and let's create together again soon.